Hello, Ballston residents. I'm Eric Connolly, your town supervisor. I wanted to give all of our residents an update on our comprehensive plan, which was recently revised. How are we doing as your elected officials upholding the current comprehensive plan? So here we go. Our boundaries of the town should be reviewed real quick. Route 67 to the north, that's East High Street and West High Street. To the east, East Line Road. Our town goes a little bit south of Round Lake Road and a little bit west of Scotchbush and Hop City Road. When I took office in 2020, the town was the fastest growing town in the state of New York. So there was a lot of building activity, a lot of apartments popping up on the north end of our town. We also had a lot of traditional neighborhoods popping up. So in those yellow areas is some of the concentration. There was others. We also had PUDDs, planned unit development districts, being approved by the town board that existed before myself. I actually live in one. I moved to the town and I bought a townhouse in the Stonebridge PUDD. But we had the Beacon Hill PUDD and the Katz PUDD. Hasn't started yet, but it was approved long before my time. So those were there, and basically what a PUDD is a way to increase density that normally wouldn't be allowed in the zoning of a town. Some communities really like these. For Ballston, it proved to be problematic. So one of the things that we were going to look at was removing them from the zoning package. So we got busy right away. We wanted to go into a building moratorium to review the old comprehensive plan and to get a lot of public input on a revised public plan, a revised comprehensive plan. So we did that. We had a lot of public involvement and we came out of moratorium 9 months into my administration in September. And we got rid of a lot of things that we felt were problematic. If you want to find the comprehensive plan, you can go to Departments and Government, hover over that, and click on the comprehensive plan. A little bit below that, you'll find a PDF containing the most recent version of the comprehensive plan. One of the things that we did on the back end of moratorium is we outlawed multi-unit apartment buildings. So you won't see any new ones approved by the planning board. However, in that 9 months that it took us to get all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed, there were a few that came in under the wire. So you will see Brookline Road and Route 50, the west corner of the northwest corner of that, is going to be pretty well developed. You'll also see the Katz PUDD eventually fully developed. So those got in underneath moratorium. This is page 44 of our comprehensive plan, and just take a quick look. Maintain the rural character by limiting growth in rural areas and enhancing land conservation. So our goal with that is to kind of concentrate where development is allowed, and that is in the Round Lake Road, East Line Road area, and in our hamlet areas, both to the north and to the south. So hamlets, you can see on the bottom, focus the growth there and enhance walkability anywhere we can, which we have done on the south end, connecting the middle school and the high school via sidewalks in Burnt Hills. And on the north end, this spring of 2025, we have a big project going in with a trail going in between Burlingame Orthodontics and Adirondack Trust. And then the sidewalks will head north and they'll meet up with the sidewalks that exist across the street from McDonald's with a very safe path to get across to McDonald's and Hannaford. And a lot of students walk that area. And we've had some accidents with students getting hurt crossing Ballston Ave. So there'll be a push button crosswalk. And the school is also working with us. So we're working hard to uphold our comprehensive plan and promote what is outlined in our comprehensive plan. And we're having quite a bit of success. A case study, a recent case study would be to look at Little's property. And Little's property was traditionally a farm. and it was requested to be pulled out of the agricultural #2 district in 2020. So every 8 years, anybody who has a property that is in Ag District 2, which is constantly changing, you can apply to have that happen. And then that is reviewed by the Saratoga County Farmland Committee, and they make a recommendation to the full Board of Supervisors, and then we usually go with their recommendations. So every 2 years, you can add property. So this farm was pulled out of the Ag District in 2020, or in 2022, rather. They applied in 2020. So this is the current map of the south end of town, and the orange area is an area that is zoned hamlet, and Little's property is firmly in that. So we were approached by Kohler Homes. We didn't go looking for this. They came to the town and they said, hey, we're interested in developing this Little's property, and what are your thoughts on extending the lake sewer system? So the lake sewer system went in recently, and it was approved by referendum twice. And you can see what our comprehensive plan says about sewers. So limit the unnecessary expansion of urbanizing infrastructure, especially sewer service, in the areas of the town where increased growth is not encouraged, and provide adequate service where growth is encouraged. So growth is encouraged in that Burnt Hills Hamlet area. Growth is encouraged also out by Round Lake and Round Lake Road and East Line Road. Obviously, there's not much sewer activity in the Burnt Hills area. So this builder proposed to expand the sewer line that ended on in Buell Heights there. You can see the red area is where the sewer lines currently terminate. And he wanted to pay himself to run a sewer extension all the way up to the Little's property, which is indicated with the yellow arrow. And I didn't personally think that was possible based on the information I had about the lake sewer. So I was curious. I believed that he had done his homework, but obviously the town will need to do a lot of homework before we ever approve that. Right now, this is a planning board issue and a zoning board of appeals issue. They came in and they proposed a development that would be many townhouses, which are allowed. Townhouses, duplexes, and single-family homes are all allowed in the current zoning package. And some of the public really did not respond to that. They didn't really want to see all these townhouses be developed on that property. So they pivoted a bit, and now they have mostly single-family homes proposed with some duplexes. But they have a long way to go before anything comes to the planning board or comes to the town board. Eventually, if it makes it through planning board and zoning board of appeals, the town board would have to either approve or deny a sewer extension and a water extension. So as of right now, this is in the Burnt Hills residential hamlet area and is targeted for growth. And the town board is just letting the natural process take place. So if you want to voice your opinion, one of the great ways to do that is to go to the planning board and listen and learn, but you could submit your opinions in advance in writing. There eventually will be a public hearing when they kind of get all the way through, if they can get all the way through, because I believe they're going to have to go to the ZBA and ask some fairly big asks, and then eventually it'll come to us. So just keep an eye out for that. I believe that we're upholding the comprehensive plan nicely. I think it's working. I really encourage people to get involved, to come to planning board and zoning board meetings and town board meetings. We are being as transparent as we possibly can by recording every meeting and live streaming every meeting. And anybody who has FOIL requests, those FOIL requests will be considered and met if at all possible. And my door is open. So if you want to talk, please give me an email. That's probably the best way because I am a full-time school teacher, but I get back to every email that's sent to me. So I'd love to talk, and thanks for listening. Have a great day.